Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Thursday and we've got some major Star Wars news to talk about, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so yesterday when I woke up, I was bombarded by information that Ryan Gosling, of all people, was joining the Star Wars universe. And this would be something that normally I would maybe take with a little bit of a grain of salt, but so many people have been saying this. And apparently, this is not a new project that we're getting. No, this is a project that actually has been going on for a while. It's actually Shawn Levy's project that he was hoping to make. Now, if you don't know, Shawn Levy has done a lot of really cool things lately. In fact, one of the biggest hits of last year was his Deadpool and Wolverine. The fact that Shawn Levy is actually coming in to do this movie is great, but he was supposed to do this a couple of years ago. It just kind of went by the wayside, maybe thinking of plots, maybe working with them to try to figure out how they were going to do it. The one thing that has always been consistent about this project is that they said that this would not be a continuation of the Skywalker saga. Now, for some people, that's a game changer. For some people, they're excited that it's not going to rely on the Skywalkers. It's not going to rely on Rey or any of them. It's not going to rely on the past, but rather put us somewhere we've never been with characters we've never met. And for some people, that is the most exciting news of all. That is what people enjoyed about things like Skeleton Crew. And whether you liked it or not, that is what people enjoyed about Acolyte. All the Star Wars projects that we're getting lately that don't have to rely on the past. And or you can kind of say that about, but in a roundabout way, it was still connected to the Skywalker saga. And it was a good series. And Mandalorian was a different direction, but it still did have the Skywalkers in it. Now, something like the Skeleton Crew that didn't have to rely on Luke Skywalker, but I suppose if you look at it, could still be deemed to be in the Skywalker saga if they are indeed supposed to be in the new Mandalorian movie, which it is rumored that the kids will make a cameo in the new Mandalorian movie. Of course, Ahsoka is involved in the Skywalker saga, and pretty much everything that they have put out is somehow connected to it, although we are drifting away from it. The Acolyte was the only thing that was in a completely original part of the universe, with a completely original cast that we've never seen before. And some fans loved it for that, and some fans just didn't like it at all. You get a star like Ryan Gosling involved in this project, and a director like Shawn Levy. Now you have something to work with. Now you have the makings of a great Star Wars film, because whether or not you ever liked anything that Ryan Gosling has been in, he is a very talented actor who has proven himself to be a success time and time again, no matter what type of film he's making. And he's pretty much made just about every type of film he can make. So this news comes to us that it is going to be Ryan Gosling in a Shawn Levy film. And I think this is wonderful. I think this is going to be great. Now, we have to talk about what we know, because what we know is, like I said, it's not supposed to follow the Skywalker saga. So, what other types of things could we look forward to? Vanity Fair says, ever since 2019's Rise of Skywalker, they have chose to instead focus on streaming shows like The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and Ahsoka, and the recent Skeleton Crew and The Acolyte. Now, it speculates that fans have been impatient for a return to the movies. However, next year's Mandalorian and Grogu, which recently wrapped principal photography, will be bridging the streaming and cinematic universes. Now, Levy and Gosling's Star Wars film is poised to be the immediate follow-up to that streaming film. If a deal revealed by Boris Kitt, and I am sorry if I mispronounced that name, of The Hollywood Reporter turns out to be true, two sources confirmed to Variety Fair that the scene stealer from the Barbie movie is in talks to join Levy, and together they would rule the galaxy. Lucasfilm declined to comment about what may or may not be in the works. Now, this is important because people have said, and I've heard it from a lot of people, that Disney is just confirming all of these movies and then we're not getting them. And there's a lot more that goes into it than that. And I think Disney is wrong for saying we're going to have this Star Wars movie, this Star Wars movie, this Star Wars movie, and this one. And no script's been done. Nothing's been done. And what happens is the writer ends up leaving for whatever reason, whether it is creative differences, the script isn't coming together in a way that works in the Star Wars universe. Now, yeah, it could be a matter of Kathleen Kennedy or one of the higher ups at Disney not getting in along with them, but we don't know that that's true. So Vanity Fair goes on to say that in April 2023, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy announced at a Star Wars Celebration fan gathering that the company had plans to make 3 other films. One was the historical epic about the origins of the Force from the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny filmmaker James Mangold, which would take place in the distant past of the Star Wars universe. Mangold's movie may still happen, but he shifted focus after Indiana Jones to make the planned Bob Dylan film, A Complete Unknown. Another movie in the works was the return to Daisy Ridley's Rey character, who went from a desperate scavenger in 2015's Force Awakens to the powerful savior of the galaxy in The Rise of Skywalker. I don't like it when they call her that, because honestly, she did no more than Luke Skywalker did. In fact, a lot of fans contemplate she did less. Now, whichever side you stand on in that, it doesn't really matter. The character gets more hate than she deserves, but that's just my opinion. I actually saw what they were trying to do there, and I kind of respect the game that they played with it, but at the same time, had they done these movies, these sequels so many years earlier, we could have gotten the one that George Lucas actually did want. But even George Lucas kind of said that it would take place, and some of the things that they did were brought in to the sequel. Just we saw the aftermath of George Lucas's vision instead of the actual vision because too many years had passed. It continues saying Lost producer Damon Lindelof had been developing a story about a much older Rey and the young Jedi she helped train, with Helen Mirren supposedly topping the wish list of actors to play Rey. But that notion was abandoned in favor of following up on Ridley's version of the hero, coming closer to the time the audience would have last seen her. Oscar-winning short film director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, was signed on to direct. The third project, of course, was The Mandalorian and Grogu, which we all know is coming to theaters soon. So now you have this situation where you have some of these films getting made, some of them have been pushed back, and a lot of fans left confused. But when you have a star of Ryan Gosling's stature attached to a project, this usually means they're pushing it forward. This usually means that they're going to be doing that project. So I think that we are going to get to see this movie, and I'm actually okay with this. I'm excited about the concept of moving away from the Skywalkers, but into the future. I really don't care to have a movie about the past of Star Wars, the origin of the Force. I really don't need that. If they do it and it's great, bravo. But I think with this movie, taking us to a new place, having new heroes, I think that that's something that could actually work and excite fans about Star Wars in a way we haven't been excited about Star Wars for years. Even those of us who are Star Wars fans and have enjoyed everything they have put out would be more excited to see them take us to a new place with new characters and new heroes. But that is where I am going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys are thinking about this. Would you rather see this new movie with Ryan Gosling? Do you want to see some of these other projects that have seemingly been pushed to a later date or abandoned outright? Whatever your thoughts are on it, I want to hear from you. Okay, as always, we want to know what you guys think, so make sure you are leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation as well. Make sure you hit the like button. It's free. It helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Then Miko says we need more subscribers, and look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.